Well, hello. We're live again. So I want to welcome everybody that's joining us in the live view. And if you're joining us in the replay, well, welcome too. So tonight we got a good night, and we got a few guys here, a couple of guys that are going to tell us a good story about their trip. And you'll see that in the advertisement that we put up. Right now, there's, I think Jeffrey said there was 6,500 on the Ride to Rock Facebook group, and he'll tell you about that a little bit as we get going. Just want to tell you, if you're going to chat here tonight or send us a comment, allow StreamYard to put your name up, because if not, it'll be Facebook user if you're on Facebook. On YouTube, it'll be your name will come up, but Facebook, it'll say Facebook user. Now, there's no gimmicks behind that or anything to be nervous of. It's just StreamYard needs permission to allow Facebook to, use your name. That's all. So I'm going to tell you about some upcoming events here before I bring the guys on. So this is our upcoming shows here. Next couple of weeks' time, we're going to have a open mic. And there's every show we say at the end of the show, we're going to bring a few people on. And if they want to tell us a story about their adventure over the winter or what they're planning now on the trails, we'll give them an opportunity. But we haven't done that yet because we're always about an hour, and we don't want to go past an hour and 10 minutes or so. But so we're going to leave the 28th for you to come on and tell us a story. On May the 12th, we're going to have a safety discussion. We're going to bring Jamie Warren back. He was with us here before. And Kevin, surname is gone. And Rick Noseworthy. And so they're going to have a talk about on the trailways. They're going to tell us about bikers and walkers and horseback riders and UTVs and ATVs, and about some etiquette, being courteous and that kind of stuff. So we're going to have a good conversation about that. May 18th to the 24th, the RCMP is doing a safety campaign, Canada Road Safety Week. And we're going to be engaged in that a little bit. Tomorrow I got a meeting with them, and we'll figure out what we're going to do or how we're going to help them out. But on the 19th, we have Patrick Ryan that's going to come with us. So, and it's still going to be a part of this Canada Safety Week. And he's going to tell us a story about, because he's got his own website, and he's across Newfoundland a few times on ATV. So we're going to gear it around the Canada road safety that the RCMP is going to have. Now, what else can we do here? Let me get rid of that and put this back on. And there I am again. So I'm going to bring up the guys, and what we're going to do our sponsors before we bring on our two lads to tell us the story. We don't want to interrupt their story, but we are going to, because we got a prize that we're going to draw from, and that's those that participated in the last show in the last 2 weeks. So I got the spinning wheel all populated, and somewhere halfway through we'll bring that on and see who this week's winner is going to be. So without further ado, and all my jabbering here, I'm going to bring on a couple of our team members from Ride the Rock. And I got to get rid of myself. And there we go. Oh, let me get rid of this one too and bring the main man up. I tell you, it's getting complicated now. Let me remove this one. And I got the boys on. Jeffrey, are you countering me or what?
No, not touching anything.
Okay, I'm gonna leave us all on.
Oh, there you go.
I got just too many buttons here. Like I said before, I'm used to the rotary phone, and we're all on here now, so that's good.
Yes,
We'll
that's
leave us
right.
as
That's
we
right.
are.
Yeah.
So
So
Jeffrey, how's it going?
good, good. So as you all, I'm sure know, I'm Jeffrey, Ride the Rock Adventures, and the weather today is awesome. So guys, get your bikes out on the trails and get your adventure pictures up on the site. Let us know where there's snow, where there's no snow, and most importantly, right now after this rain storm, I'm going to say rainstorm we had. Uh, Let us know where you see washouts and flag them if you got flagging. Uh, if you can at all, intentionally take some flagging with you because I'm sure there's some washouts on the trails. So let's be safe and let's have the trails safe for others people coming behind us and explore and adventure. And that's all I'm saying right now. And whoever wants to go next, Carol.
I'm Carl, Ride the Rock Adventures, and I know there's several washouts on some of our trails, so if I happen to go on to them within the next little while, I will take some flagging tape and flag them up because there's another one in on Chopin Road too, Jeffrey. There's a bad one in there. So that's one of our main trails there that we go across to the Gallipan warm-up shack, right?
Right on, yeah.
Everett?
Yeah.
I haven't been on any trails as such, but I was certainly down on a woods road that I live right by where I live. You know the place. And man, I tell you, it is like, and that was before this rain. So it's just like pea soup. And I would say, yes, well, I was down in the mud the old way for 10 kilometers. I'd say I was down in the mud, 8 or 10 inches, and it's just hard wheeling and very messy. So my bike has put away for another little while, at least, anyway.
Yeah,
Too muddy.
Everett, you took some pictures of the falls here in Springdale, eh? And
Yes, I was up there yesterday. It's actually scary. The video, when you're there, I mean, it's just overwhelming. It's scary. So much water.
it is very, yeah.
El, when
What?
I see El, I just got a glimpse of your new mug you just had there, eh?
Oh, I was out visiting one night, and I I'll show you. Got a new.
There you go.
I tell you, and we love coffee, and I can go through two of these every morning. My wife and I, we have put 10 cups of coffee on, and I get 2.5 out of this one. So
There you go.
that's bigger than a cup. So
Yeah.
thanks, Carol, for that.
You're welcome.
It was awesome. Okay, so we have Sean and Scott. Let me do something here. Look,
There you go.
people's names up, and Sean's muted.
Yeah.
There you go. So say hi, and then what we're going to do next, then we'll do our sponsor thing, and then we'll get into our show. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hi, I'm Sean Manning.
Sure.
I'm Scott Franklin.
How you doing, Sean and Scott? How you doing?
Good.
Welcome to our live broad. We're a little organized, but we're not organized. We enjoy this the way it is and pretty relaxed and that kind of stuff. And I'll probably flick the wrong button here and there, but that's okay. Like now, you got this going. That's not even. Oh, there. Anyway, don't matter. Let me just get rid of that again, and we're going to do our. There you go.
There you go.
So we got to put those up, and our prize for this week is one of those sponsors donated, and we'll leave that for Jeffrey, and we'll do the wheel spin a little later. So, guys, tell us how you met. Like, are you buddies from when you were younger, or what?
No, Scott and I, we met how many years ago now, Scott?
Geez, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, 7 or 8. We were both working at a charity event for the Wish Foundation, and we met there, and just been friends ever since.
Okay, so I think Everett, you're part of the Wish Foundation, correct?
Yeah, I'm a wish coordinator here in Springdale for the last 20 years, actually,
Oh, very good.
for the Green Bay area, Bayford area. We've granted 16 wishes in this area.
Oh, very
And-
nice.
And Jeffrey and Carl both have been part of that too with our ATV ride. We do an ATV ride every summer, and we usually grant a wish.
Nice.
We,
Good.
myself and Sean were building an ATV truck course for a truck show that was raising funds for Make a Wish. So
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
that's how we met.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's now called Make a Wish. Yeah, because they're combined.
Is that
Yeah.
what it's called now? Make a wish?
It's now Make a Wish. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got introduced to it by Carol. Actually, it was actually the first week I bought my first week, and I don't know if me and Carol actually said 10 words to each other in the past before that.
I don't think we did.
No, and actually we bought our.
And,
I bought my
and now
first week.
Carl still can't get his. Hey,
No,
Carl
I
still
can't-
can't get his 10 words.
No, I
in.
know
No,
who's talking. Carol can't get
no.
no words in. But yeah, that first week, and discovered that Carol bought a new bike on exactly the same day. Seen it on Facebook, obviously. So I just give Carol a little text in. I said, let's meet up to the warm up shelter. So that's what we did, and he introduced us to the Children's Wish at that time, ATV ride, and we went on from there. Yeah,
Well,
good
small
stuff.
world, actually. And
Oh yeah,
just this whole trail system, that's what it's about. You know, you go and you stop and you talk to somebody, ask them where they're from, and
yeah,
soon you got connections of, like you said, like this Wish Foundation to be a part of that, right? So that's
yeah.
and this is what this whole premise is about on this show. So, is connections, promoting the province, promoting the trailways, and doing it safely. So,
Yes.
and speaking of safely, with all this washout that we've had, I've seen a few pictures now with washouts on the trail system. So,
On a T-rail, you
when
mean?
you're out there traveling, just be
yeah.
careful.
Yeah.
Not only T-rail, Jeffrey boy.
No, it's not. No, that's right. That's what I was getting at. Then actually,
No.
it's not only T-rail. No, it's everywhere. Yeah. So, so the guy's going to tell us a little story, Ernie, a little trip they've had in the past. Or, well, what's the deal?
I don't know if I'd call it a little trip, but
No,
definitely a trip.
Not what I've heard in the background. I don't think there's anything little about it at all.
How did it all
No.
start? How did you start planning this?
You know what? It kind of started.
Well, for me,
at the same time. Snowmageddon put a lot of snow in town, so we were able to get out of town, which is unusual to be able to do on the Skidoo. And Scott's I bounce everything off Scott. Every harebrained idea I get, I call him, and he's my sounding board. I said, "What would you think about riding right from Paradise all the way to Bonne Bay?" And he said, at the time, "Yep, I want to do that. I got a perfect plan. I'll call you later."
So he didn't say you're crazy, man.
Not this time.
No,
Not this time.
No.
nope. I said I got another
That's quite
crazy
the
friend to do it with us. So
So this is from your GPS on this map, I would assume, right?
yeah, that would have been what I pulled off and put on the computer afterwards. So, but yeah, that was our route. It was a combination of groomed trail and just kind of trail that we had to pick through to get to the groomed trail. So
Right on.
You made your own trail to get to the groomed trail.
yeah, but we
And,
had
so
3 different options.
You were a little while planning it, and then what date did you figure you're going to go?
Well, I developed kidney stones, so that kind of put us back by about 3 weeks. And so the day we did it, I actually had a stint put in, and we left as soon as I had the stint put in. So it was a little uncomfortable, but we had to do it. So
one of them things you just had
I wasn't going to miss up on the opportunity. Yep.
Right on.
Our window for being able to leave
I
from the
will
city
never
was
turn down a
shrinking.
good ride. So
How's that, Sean?
The window of being able to leave from the city was shrinking every day. As you can see, most of my driveway is clear. We had to shovel snow into it just to get the skidoos out.
Right on.
So we were getting kind of late in the year.
So 700 kilometers must have took you quite a while, a couple of days, no?
no, we did it one day.
One day.
I think we had
One
16
day.
hours total from the time we left to the time we pulled into the house here.
Yeah.
And we had about 13 hours of travel time. So
that got me some kind
it
of
was,
record.
it was a long ride.
That got me some kind of record on Snowmobile, that
no.
distance in one day, I wonder. Is there somewhere we could look that up?
Yeah,
I think
Guinness Book
I
of
know
Records in Newfoundland.
like Kane's Quest, they're doing bigger kilometers than that in a day, but
Yeah, but they're
it's
racing.
definitely a little bit longer than your average ride.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So what kind of gear would you take on a trip like that now, a long trip like 700 kilometers?
It's not about the gear you take. It's about the gear that you don't.
Okay.
So
Explain.
when we were loading up, I said to
Yes.
Scott, I said, how much oil do you think we're going to burn? Do you think I got a full tank of oil? Do you think I should bring more? He said, I've got lots of oil. I said, excellent. So I didn't bring any. I ran out of my first tank of gas, and I said, I need your oil. And he goes, what do you mean you need my oil? I brought enough oil for me. So
Wow, buddy.
we managed to share enough oil between us to get me to Bonne Bay. But
There you
oil
go.
was flashing when I
Yeah.
pulled in.
Okay, so you never
we
did you
were
did you
both
get into
flashing our
communities
oil
at
lights
all?
when we pulled in. So
Did you
What's
get
that?
into any communities
What was that?
at all when you're driving through, just in case you needed oil or something like that?
we took the groomed trail, so we went through pretty much all the
Isn't that the
communities on the
groomed
railbed.
trail?
So
Okay.
it was pretty good going. So and getting fuel and getting gas, getting oil wasn't really an issue. It was just whenever we needed oil, we weren't anywhere near an oil or a place to buy it. So
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So that
So
picture-
where's this shot taken from?
This picture's on the TCH
That's
just
the,
outside of Paradise. So we left Paradise and we got on the highway median and we took it down as far as Paddy's Pond. From Paddy's Pond, we hopped onto the transmission line and we followed that new transmission line. There it is. To Brigus. And when we hit Brigus, we got on the Groom Trail from there.
that was the railbed from there. It wasn't groomed.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that's right. It was the railbed, yeah.
It was not groomed. It was
not
yes,
until
ma'am.
Clarendon.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
Is this picture too far advanced, or where's this one from?
No, that's I don't know, maybe that's about 15 minutes outside St. John's on the
Still
transition
trying to
line.
get out.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
so
the
that would
weather we
be,
were trying to beat.
kind of in back of Holyrood.
okay, yeah.
So they were pretty much parallel to the highway. Now this would be Brigus Junction area, basically from Brigus Junction to probably out past Whitburn. It's mostly cabins right on the railbed, so it's
Right on,
kind of
yeah.
cottage country, and it's a kind of a well-beaten trail. But awful lot of yes ma'ams. We had about 150 kilometers of nothing but yes ma'ams. So it was a rough ride starting out.
Must have been hard on the back then.
Hard on the kidney.
It was bitter
Yes.
cold. It was a rough ride, but it was early in the day, so you're kind of still spry. You could handle it. I wouldn't want to do it in the end of the day.
So you didn't lose your stint.
No, but I did pass a lot of blood. So
There we go.
Where's this one too?
Where's this?
that'd be Whitburn. So that's
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Stopped there for a few minutes. We didn't stop
The
a
train
lot.
was on the groomed trail too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he,
Well,
he
they
hadn't
got
been
that
through there
there
in a
as
while,
a
though.
for tourists to go and have a look at it, or what?
Yeah, I don't think there's much developed there, but like I know we used to go out there on ATV and have a lunch there by trains, and there's not much there. And then we turn around and head back to town, but it's been there for as long as I can remember.
Okay. I worked on the railroad when before I went to work as an electrician, and I spent many a times in the caboose and in those cars and in the engine, and so that brings back lots of memory. That's a beautiful picture, and I noticed the other couple of pictures there. Like you must have had a beautiful day. Like the clouds, the blue sky all the way.
It looks crisp.
It was very crisp. It was cold. It was a beautiful crystal clear day. It was just really cold. That would be coming up to Placentia, like Placentia Junction. So that would be the highway going down to Placentia there, the bridge.
So did you,
coming out of Whitburn.
in your full trip now, did you have any unforeseen things happen, or what?
None that I really want to talk about.
No, some just ended up in unforeseen
There
places.
you go.
So
Yeah.
I was breaking in a new free ride on this trip,
Okay.
and I put a second seat on it to hold my luggage, so everything was stacked high.
Yeah.
And going through Paradise, you have to go under a bridge paralleling Topsail Road to get to the lights to basically cross again.
Yes.
And I got high-sided. It knocked me over on the side. It threw me down onto Topsail Road on my side.
Oh, go away.
That was a little embarrassing to start the trip, but
Yeah, that's
It was in the
still
first 5
beginning.
kilometers where I've already got a skidoo on the side in the middle of the road.
yeah, 4 lanes of traffic. Not a car around, luckily. Yeah.
Wow.
And then you got to go to the roundabouts on the skidoo, which is not something you normally plan for or have to do, but it's
No.
part of the trip. So
So there was
Yeah.
3 of you guys, right?
Yes.
yeah, there was 3 of us.
Couple of pictures. I seen another sled there. So who was with you?
It was a friend of mine. He actually lives here, and so we drove into St. John's on Sunday with his skidoo, and then we drove skidooed back out on Monday. So we 3 of us literally drove in. I drove back with him on Sunday, and we turned around, came right back out Monday with the skidoos. So it was just the 3 of us.
So did you plan on doing this long trip into one day, or it just happened you just give her?
I kind of wanted to do it in the day, just to get over and get it done. We had a couple offers of places to stay in Central, and
Yeah.
I think the guys would have been happy to stay there, but I just kind of wanted to get to my own bed and stay in my own bed, so I kind of pushed through. But if I was to do it again, I think I'd break it up, probably do it in 3 days.
So was it a sightseeing trip at all?
Oh, it definitely was.
It
Like,
was?
amazing. You
Definitely
could not see everything that you saw. It was fantastic.
You just see everything go. Poof.
I got a story.
We saw an
about
awful lot of
that
yes ma'ams for the first little bit.
Yeah.
once
Yes.
we hit, once we
I
hit
got a story about
come
a
by
cabin
chance,
like that.
I
no.
mean,
Yeah.
the trails were just like glass. I mean, they were beautiful, and you could look around, and you weren't looking for the next yes ma'am. Like you could enjoy the trip, and like it wasn't a fast trip. Like we made some good time in some places, but for the most part, I think our average speed was around 50 kilometers an hour. So
Okay.
it wasn't hard. Like it wasn't like you were running a race. We weren't doing Kane's Quest by any stretch of the imagination, but
No.
we got on some of the ponds, we'd open it up, but on the trails you just kind of toddle along and you kind of look
Yeah.
around a bit, but there wasn't a lot of time for stopping. So I guess
No.
a lot of the
never-
pictures actually I took on with my phone while we were driving. So
I was going to tell a story there about a cabin with the snow around like that. We went to Florida one year, way back when, and I was living in Labrador, and of course the snow was about 2 feet of snow on the roof, and I put my at that time was rolls of film, so he put that in for production, and we went back and it wasn't there. So none of the pictures were there. So he called the manager out from the back and said, this guy is here looking for his pictures and we can't find them. And I had the little tag, and he said, no, I took them. He said, I got a few questions. He said, how did you put that cabin there? Did you dig a hole and then put it down or what? I said, well, those snow all the time. And then he didn't know what the sleds were. He had no idea.
Missouri.
So I had to tell him, well, it was like a Sea-Doo, only we had skis on it.
There we go. The real bid for sure.
There's another one.
That was. They were all taken while we were riding, so I just take the camera, stick it behind me, and snap some pictures. So we had something.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Beautiful pictures.
One of the nice things about the ride is we left on Monday, and it was seasonably cold. So we ran into almost no traffic. We met a few people in a warming shack in Gander, but other than that, we had the trail to ourselves.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do you see any animals?
I saw 3 moose crested a hill there between Birchie Lake and Hampton Junction. And I crested the hill, and just as the headlights came out, there were 3 of them right there in the middle of the trail, and I went right between 2 of them and looked behind me, and when the other 2 guys came, they were gone.
So did you get our picture?
Oh, no, it was dark. It was
you do realize that if you don't get our picture, then it didn't happen?
Oh, trust me, I can show you my underwear. They were right in front of me. I came out of nowhere.
It looks like Elvin's going to get the wheel gun to go here.
We're going to do a draw. So
there we go.
Full screen.
And you want to put me up full screen for a second there first, Elvin? Elvin, I just shows them the can. I'll tell them about the next draw.
First. Okay.
So, guys, this is what we're about to draw for. I guess it's in the screen here. It's a mountable gas can, and is designed, my understanding, to go on your bikes, side-by-sides, whatnot. And here's the mount that fits in the center of the gas can here, and for mount onto your bike. So we're going to do a draw for that there now. Someone told me that when you found a hole in the gas can, you usually throw them away. But this one got, it fits under pretty good. So, let's get that wheel back up. And, before you do, I got a little promotion on the go myself here now. Boys don't know nothing about this one. I got a set of LED lights, work lights. And I guess you can put them on your bike too if you want. And I'm going to give these away to the first person who correctly guesses between now and whenever. I'll say till the end of May the 18th, when we has Rick and him on the show, May 19th. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to guess.
That'll be May 12th.
May 12th, is it? Okay, May 12th. We'll clarify the date later in the comments. So I'm going to be giving away these 2 LED lights, and all you have to do is correctly guess the amount of kilometers that the wife and I put on our bike last year and the number of nights we spent in tent. So the first person to guess both of those correctly will win those LED lamps. And I did hint to a number throughout several shows. So if you were listening, you will have a starting point. So just give us a guess on the number of kilometers and the number of nights we spent on the trails last summer. So let's get that wheel up. And around she goes there, Elvin. You give her a spin.
Yes, boy. Just give me a second. I got to hit that button.
Oh, hit the button. Round and around she goes, where she stops, and nobody knows. Here we go. And the winner is... Oh, she's going slowly Where'd she stop? What? Where'd she stop? Jason, congratulations! You're the winner of this gas can. So if you're watching, drop us a message. Drop us your address. Let us know some information about yourself. And we'll let you know where you can pick up your gas can. So there you have it. Congratulations, Jason.
Okay.
All yours.
Back up. Great. All right, so we'll go to the next picture. Now, where's this?
It looks like Glenwood, is it?
Glenwood or
Sure, there was
Badger. Glenwood or Badger.
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, Bishop Falls got a
There's longer than
something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
Looks
there,
like
there was
Glenwood
also
to me.
one.
I say
I
that's
can't remember.
Yeah.
There was a couple bridges.
Yeah.
I think that's Port Blandford area there.
Well, that's Port
I think that's
Blandford.
Port Blandford, North Ireland.
Yeah, there for sure.
Neat.
One thing we didn't plan well enough was food stop. We drove by, I believe it's Lily's Landing, is it in Gander? From the backside of the rail bed?
Yes,
drove-
Okay, yeah.
Should have stopped. We didn't. We continued on to where Scott wanted to eat, which turned out to be in Glenwood, and they didn't serve
Close.
food anymore. So then we
Oh,
got that, what was it, Robbins and Badger, I believe it was, is where we finally got some food in us.
That was a long trip.
Yeah, that was actually 6
In
o'clock
Badger, you said?
when we pulled into Badger to get something to eat and got gas, and we walked in to pay for fuel, and that's when the news they're shutting the province down for COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, go away.
So, yeah. Then we were sitting in
Badger's
Robbins,
always
and some
first
guy
to
came over
get the
talking
news
to us.
out,
We didn't know if
and a
we were
good
allowed to
place
talk
to
to him
eat.
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, where's that place where that brook was there?
That was Terranova, just coming in Terranova Park or heading.
Yeah, that's
kind of
terrible
right
over there
at the
for sure. Yeah.
entrance of Terranova.
That was a good shot.
So
Yeah, good picture there.
Looks like Gamble to me.
yeah, no, that's that was the river just kind of as you come into Terranova where they built the new bridge on the Clarenville side.
Yeah.
So that's where the river was, and this would be the town of Terranova coming through.
I did a couple of long videos. They're actually right in front of that building that's right in front of us there in the center of the screen.
Yeah.
We passed on by that summer to Jeffrey last summer.
Yeah, we did. We did, yeah.
I had a friend of mine got a
That's a
cabin
good
there in
spot.
Terranova. He said we could have stayed there, which we obviously never.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like I said, if I was to do it again, I think I'd take him up on the offer.
Yes.
For
that's
sure,
right.
That picture shows the condition of the groomed trail. It was fantastic from Clarenville all the way west. It was just like that.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it looks good actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
It gave you time to
couldn't ask for
concentrate on the
better
scene.
conditions.
If I
That
didn't know
was-
any better, I would say you overshot where you went, and you went out to Saskatchewan or Manitoba.
Yeah. I don't recognize that one, but it's mine.
That's a neat shot too.
It looks like the
There's no
Gander Airport,
animals,
but
though.
it's not in the right order if it is.
Yeah, I think that
Oh.
is the Gander Airport. That might be the fence there at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
it could very well be. It do look like it, yeah.
That was pretty much Gander. That was Glovertown there. But we
Oh,
didn't
that's
see.
Glenwood there.
There wasn't many people out on the trails, but in and around the communities, we saw a fair number of people using the trails for walking and like snowmobiling and even ATVing. But pretty much when we got out of the town itself, we never really saw too many people.
Okay, yeah.
Now, that's
There you go, that's
Bishop
Bishop
Falls there.
Falls.
That's a different one, yeah.
It's Bishop Falls there for sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's Bishop Falls there. You can see the water tower there in the picture, look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
That
what
bridge
is
gets
that
pretty bad too now.
where they're having problems, or they did a lot of work on resurfacing this past year?
No,
No. They're going to.
they're going to.
This one is really bad now.
Is it?
Yeah. It is.
That's
That's Badger there. That would.
You went in.
Is that Robbins there, Badger?
Yep.
That was our third fuel stop there.
Okay. So how much gas did you burn the
put
full
up
trip?
your stat there.
You know what? I don't know. I never really kept track, and I wish I had of, because I had more people ask me what fuel, how much fuel we actually burnt.
Yes.
And so I got a 600 E-Tech, the new 600 E-Tech in my sled, and my buddy had the new 900 Ace in his, and our fuel consumption was very close. Like, he was probably just saving, like, on a fuel up, he might spend 50 cents to $1 less than me to fill the machine up. So it wasn't much difference, but we neither one of us kept track of how much fuel we actually used.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that next time I'd probably keep my receipts.
Yeah.
As great as the pictures look, it doesn't capture how cold it was. It was you didn't want to spend anything with your gloves off. You didn't. It was a very cold day. I think.
Yeah.
We got back to the house. It was reading -30 with the wind chill.
Yeah, for sure. I guess that's the one of the reasons why there were so many people on the trail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So before you went on this trip, now did you take into account for, let's say, safety, for example? Did you bring anything different that you would normally bring on just a short trip?
No, I do a lot of snowmobile guiding here on the West Coast.
Okay.
So I got, like, I have all the gear that I bring with me anyway. So, like, first aid kits, emergency blankets, like everything that I need. We had a Garmin in Reach, and we actually had that set up, and people were following us kind of live on Facebook and on Garmin, so people could see how we were making out on our progress. And with the Garmin in Reach, of course, we got the SOS features and text messaging. So I know my parents, and actually there was quite a few people found out afterwards, were actually following us all day, and if they could see, as long as we were moving, they knew everything was all right. But we had options there, to communicate if we needed to. But and we had places along the way that we weren't too far in the woods, and we had fuel left in places where we knew we might need it, and like stuff would be closed. So there was a little bit of planning put into it, but for the most part, it was just we take what I normally take. So
yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well, that is interesting. So have you had a lot of people say they want to go the next time or not?
I don't.
Yes, I got a buddy of mine here, and owns one of the Skidoo dealerships here. He's gung-ho to do it, but he wants to do it one shot straight from St. John's to Corner Brook. And, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to do it this year, but the snow conditions weren't right. And then we were just so late getting it, and we never really had enough in St. John's to get out of St. John's. So,
yeah.
But we're kind of hoping again for next year.
So obviously, you guys do a little bit of snowmobiling. Do you do much ATVing or anything like that in summer?
Yeah, I do a lot here in town, around the city and stuff, and I get on the rail bed every now and again. But the last couple of years, it's been more running with the neighbors up through the back trails and what have you.
Okay, right on, yeah. So is there access into St. John's now? From the rail bed? Let's say if I want to get in St. John's on side by side, am I able to get in St. John's?
No, not without knowing the. If you knew the area, you'd know all the workarounds.
Okay, yes. Okay.
You can't get in past. You can get into Holyrood, and that's about it.
CVS.
No, can't get into CVS anymore.
No, yeah, you can get to CVS, and that's about it from Holyrood and Sealco, but that's as far as you can come.
Yeah.
On the railhead.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. Like, it was I had a side by side in town. It was one of the reasons I got rid of it, because it was just to go use it. You kind of had to trailer it out of the city to go for a ride, which kind of took the fun away from it. So.
But the rail bed went all the way in.
Yeah, CBS took it over.
Yeah, but in town,
Oh.
Now they have been
I've
working on a
walked it, but it's not
bypass.
as fun as bike.
They've been working on a bypass trail, but they've run into more land issues, and it's been ongoing for a while. Rick Noseworthy would be the guy to ask about that when you've got him on there on the 12th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Just like going to Corner Brook. See, they took out the part of the rail bed going to Corner Brook. You can't get to Corner Brook on the rail bed on ATV. You got to go a long way around, right?
Roundabout, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
there was
now,
a few
haven't they
questions
opened up-
when Jamie and them were on. They were talking about that's in a plan or something.
Now I know Corner Brook's opened up
A lot of the
schools.
cities,
I don't
like
know if that
Corner Brook has
alleviates
done a
that.
lot for,
Yes, they have.
but the cities
Corner Brook has done a
the
lot.
West Coast, they've done a lot for ATVs, just on be able to use them on public roads.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the city, in the
that
city.
ATV route through the cities, which is something
Yeah.
they haven't done on the East Coast.
Yeah, Springdale just proved that for us here now in Springdale, where I am, we're ATV friendly now. So there's going to be a section of Main Street where we can go and be all signed up and everything. So
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah. at East End where I am here, from Daly's store, I think down to East.
I'm in the town of Paradise, and we've had talks with them. Paradise wants to get us to the rail bed as well, and they were looking at staging areas. CBS, again, if CBS would get their bypass trail in, Paradise would look at meeting up on their bypass trail and being able to stage right from Paradise and going west. So hopefully it all comes together someday.
Well,
Yes.
it's good for business too,
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, most
now,
definitely.
Do you got to have a beacon on your UTV or not?
No, we don't here. We want here in Springdale.
Or just the headlights on?
You got to have insurance
Yeah, you got to have insurance. Okay.
and helmets.
And helmets.
Use
and
insurance, a helmet, a
side-by-side as
driver's
well, right?
license.
Helmets on subs, ever?
No, just
I
on
was-
ATVs.
I was going to
ATVs.
say just ATV, yeah.
Now, interesting point. Once they get that ferry completed for St. Pierre, you're allowed to ride your ATV vehicles on the road. You're not allowed to take them off road.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Different.
That's
Now that will be a trip. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
You
Now
need to
that,
install horns, brake lights, signal lights.
Yeah.
And I've talked to tourism about it. They're all up for the opportunity, and they said they'll set the local motorcycle club would set them up as tour guides to take people around the island.
now that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
interesting.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Well,
That gives me another
any-
it brings another question to like, can you get down that area from the rail bed on side by side? Is there
Down to Buren to get the ferry?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's great riding down there. I haven't been down personally, but they've got a great big figure eight that goes right down and around the whole community. It's a great ride, and there's
Yeah.
lots of places to stay once you get down there.
Yeah.
so what will you do? Leave from Goobies there and go down, or?
I'm assuming so. Yeah, I've never actually been down, so
Okay.
Interesting.
well, that's one thing about this show is that you learn a few things, and there's a few people here that's done around those areas that probably wouldn't mind coming on for a minute if you want to. If you do, just let me know, and I'll bring you up here. But
Yes.
this was very interesting, actually. I've been away for so long, and I don't know all the different areas, and so I'm getting to learn a few things. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Guys, Jeffrey, you want to do your little thing and say if you got 5 minutes to tell us about what advice to give us or anything like that?
Advice. I don't know about that, but I just I could reiterate about Ride the Rock and what we're all about again, and really it started as a group so that like yourselves guys coming on giving information about the trail that you took. So then other people would come on and see what you've done and where you went and where you've been, and see how the trails looks and the areas you've been, so that they could also enjoy it, and they might decide on maybe I'd like to take that same trip type deal. So with groups like this, you can get a pile of information, especially with pictures that the members put up, and a lot of the members put up maps and tell you up front, like if the trail is a good trail, or if you got to watch out for washouts. Like this weekend, I say you're going to watch out for washouts, and if there's any issues like that. And it's grown quite a bit because of that. And a lot of people comes on now just to get information like that. And we really enjoy, my wife and I really enjoy riding the island. And I'm not going to say how many kilometers because it's a contest now, so I'm not going to give no more hints. But there was a few kilometers this past summer, and we've been at quite a few places. And a lot of people do call us and text us, and can't wait till we get back on the trails again, get some more videos up and so forth. And a lot of people I know, just because of Ride the Rock right now, I know, oh man, more than what I can count on one hand. I'm about two, but more than I can count on one hand have called me and said, I would never ever bought a side by side if I didn't see you and your wife out on the trails. So even that, I mean, is a business thing. It encourages people to go out and enjoy nature, enjoy our island and the beautiful sceneries that we have to offer, and the trails we have to offer, and the animals, and a place where we can come together and we can meet new people and watch out for Mr. COVID. So I don't know about Carl. You want anything to say there, Carl?
No, I haven't got too much to say there, but the ride we had during Labor Day weekend, I really enjoyed that ride, and we went as far as Port Blanford, and we come back, left on a Friday, and we come back on a Monday. That was an awesome ride. It's a nice country, nice back country there. But main thing is get out this summer and get some pictures took and put on advertise up to Ride the Rock.
Right on.
So,
Good. Now there's a question here for Scott or Sean. You guys see that, right?
I had thought about doing the transmission line, but given the distance we had to go, it was and we're not 100% sure what the trail was like, and it probably wasn't going to be as groomed. We kind of decided to stick with, I guess, the safer option and stick with the groomed trail instead of taking the transmission line. But I think if I was to do it again and do it over several days, I'd probably would have went a different route and maybe kind of got off the trail a little bit and did some more of the open country. But for this trip, no, we really kind of just stuck with what was safe and what was going. Even on the West Coast, I had three options. One was to go to Buckins and go across Hines Lake. And then we also looked at the rail bed to Howley from Millertown Junction. And then we looked at the groomed trail. Now, the groomed trail was about 80 kilometers further to go up and back to Birchie. But given the time of day we were going to be going through it or stuff like that, like it just, those things start playing a factor. Like I didn't want to be up Hines Lake in the middle of the night or in the Gap Topsails in the middle of the night. So, we stayed with, I guess, a more safer, more established route. So,
Jeffrey, that's the route that we took when we went on that ride from Labor Day weekend from Grand Falls up through Terranova on transmission line.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a great ride. That is. I find the rail bed in the summer is sort of enclosed and you can't see a whole lot of stuff. Oh. But when you take those transmission lines, it's open and you can see the country, you can see the mountain range, and you can see the skyline. It's just beautiful, right? Yeah, that's one reason why I like to.
One thing with the rail bed, it was flat. You could see 10 kilometers ahead of you almost all the time. It was kind of nice that way. But the views, no, I prefer riding the country, like more where it's more natural setting than the flat level rail bed. But given the trip we were doing, that was the route we had to do if we wanted to do it in the day. So
that's right. Yeah, for sure.
For anyone considering doing it, it's not a once in a lifetime trip as we thought it was. It's the first of many times we're going to do this trip. It was that fantastic. The scenery, the trail conditions, the people we met. It was spectacular through and through, and I can't wait. And if we did it again in one day, I would sign up and I'd do it in one day. I'd prefer to do it in 2 or 3, but one day is better than not doing it. It was that well worth it.
Good. That's good. Good to
Good.
know.
Wonderful.
Well, fellas, I really appreciate you coming on. You did some real good pictures there, and I tried to put them in a sequence from Paradise all the way through, and the ones that you posted there, Scott. That's the ones I grabbed. You seen that? So, but they were awesome pictures. With a few comments here on how good they were, and like you said, it was a little cold, but with the temperature, the skies are usually clear. So,
Yeah.
Everett, you got anything you want to say there?
No,
Cold is an understatement.
I just say to Sean there. So that was a one-way trip, obviously, right?
That was, yeah.
So would you consider, like, say, doing that trip again and then going back over the same trail again and take more time and make it a 2 or 3 day trip?
I would personally. I go to the West Coast so I can ride in the mountains, and I'm not very good at it, so I'm using more muscle than I should, and I'm pretty beat out at the end of it. I enjoy a pickup truck ride home.
Yeah.
Right on, yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do the trip back. We went out and met a friend that did the trip from Bonne Bay Pond to St. John's, and we met him out was it Whitburn Way, and we rode back with him to St. John's. But he stopped in Clarenville for the night and at a hotel, and then he drove back in from Clarenville to St. John's the next day, type thing. So, but he did it too.
All right.
So I know a few other people that have done it. I think I only know one other person who's done it in the day, and I'm sure there's been others, but there's not many of us.
We did Cornerbrook from Springdale, right from here in my yard in Springdale. We did Cornerbrook, and that was still a all-day trip. But see, we stopped, took lots of pictures, had lunches, and just we knew we were staying overnight, so we had lots of time. But that was a beautiful trip as well,
Was that on sled or on?
On Snowmobile, yeah. Yeah.
On Snowmobile, yeah.
Nice trip, beautiful trip. Came right down Marble Mountain and spent the night
But it's
there.
not a good trip.
Good trip.
Interesting. All right, folks, we're getting down to the hour here now, so I'll close her out here in a second. Anybody else got a last question or anything they'd like to say? All right.
There we go.
Well, thank you for joining in and watching us. And again, this is broadcast on YouTube and it's broadcast on a couple of Facebook pages. Those that are watching in the replay, make sure you add a comment or ask a question, and we'll try to get you an answer for it. And so that's it for now. I'll post the upcoming events on our Ride to Rock, and we'll call it a night.